Alright. 2 years later. I'm teaching you how to make a hatch replica. Alright? But hear me out. I haven't touched this game in 2 years. So, we'll see how it goes. So, from what I know, mostly with character reject deletions or whatever it's called, blah blah blah, it's basically the same, but most games have it, enabled, so you can't really do much. But you can find some specific games where it's disabled and you can mess around with hats. So in this one, I'm going to make a simple script where my right arm will be in front of my camera, and I'm gonna code it through Visual Studio Code. If you've never coded before, if you've never even touched an executor before, I recommend Xeno. Please open the script hub, grab yourself a Dex, grab yourself an Explorer, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'm using this one. I'll leave it in the description, and you're just gonna want to execute it. For some computers it might be a little laggy, so just a little warning. Get your information, then relaunch the game or something. So what I'm gonna do is go to my character inside a workspace, and all your characters and everybody else's characters will be in workspace. So if you go to yours and you open up your character, you'll see everything inside of it. So if you ever used Roblox Studio before, you'll know you always have a humanoid, and for R6 it's always torso with the right arm, right leg. There's no upper arms, upper torso, lower torso, and all that. So if we want to manipulate our right arm, we're gonna have to figure out how to detach our right arm, because we can't move it while it's welded, because the server will own it, right? So since I already know, you can mess around with breaking a lot of welds, but in the torso specifically is where most things are connected, like your left leg, your neck, your right leg, your right shoulder, your left shoulder. We're gonna mess around. Let's do our right arm. So if we break our right shoulder, it falls, right? So that means we can manipulate it, we can do anything with it. So we're gonna start off by getting our services, our variables, and then we'll initialize our main loop, and we'll have a death loop to close it. This is a voiceover. You do not need Visual Studio Code. I just use it in case I crash and I lose the whole script. So the reason we use run service is because it renders, I'm pretty sure, before every frame generation or every physics generation. It's been 2 years, guys. Give me some slack. Give me some slack, man. Anyways, we're getting run service. We're gonna get our player. And what this basically does, this line of code right here, it goes inside of players, and then it just basically grabs us because we're the local player. And then we're gonna grab our character. A lot of people get it confused. What's a player? What's a character? Your player is what's in the player service, right? It's not physical. It's just a leaderboard stat. Your character is actually physical. It's what you're looking at right now in game. Okay? Now we're gonna grab some basic stuff like we need our torso. Wait, why am I doing humanoid? We need torso. We need to get our right arm. And we need to get our humanoid. Let me see, is that it? We break it with torso. We got our right arm. Okay. Once we've done that, we're going to, because I'm going to offset it in front of the camera, so we need to get our current camera. So our current camera is going to be workspace.currentCamera right here. Flow property. Just like that, which is the camera that we're looking at of right now. So if we offset it in front, it should just like float a little bit above. If we're first person, it'll float in front of us, just like that. So now that we've done all the setup, we need to make our main loop. So we're gonna initialize it. local main, and then we're also gonna have a death loop, right? So death is equal to humanoid.died. Humanoid.died will basically run every time your character dies, right? Your humanoid health set to 0, your character dies like this. Boom. We want to stop all script execution, because if it runs after we died, that's no biggie. It's no biggie, guys. No, it will cause a memory leak, and you don't want that. Running the same script over and over again, yeah, I'm good. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect, since it's a what was it called, a Roblox connection, an RBX signal, something like that. We want to disconnect them. Not only do we want to disconnect death, we want to set death to nil, because this will clean it up in the Roblox garbage collection. If you just disconnect it, there will still be a connection to it. It'll just be inactive and it won't be called. So make sure you set it to nil, so it will clean it up all by itself. I mean, that's pretty cool. Now we're gonna initialize our main loop. So we're gonna go to run service and use heartbeat. And you know, heartbeat, it runs every free frame, anyways. Now we have our main loop, we have our death. We want to basically break our arm, and then we can mess around with our main loop. So what do we need to do to break our arm? Like I said earlier, it's going to be inside torso, called right shoulder, and we're basically going to destroy it. And we do have our right arm already, so I'm just going to grab it from here, and now we can set it from, or we can set its C-frame. So a C-frame is basically the position, the orientation values, all that fancy schnaz. If you don't know what a C-frame is, it's okay, don't worry, I've been there. I was like, what is this? It's stupid. It's all good. So let's go ahead and set it to our current camera.cframe, which will put it inside of our camera, but we want to actually offset it. So go ahead and offset it a little bit. Let's do 2.5. Should we lower it a little bit? Something like that. So we ran this right now. What we should see happen is our arm will go in front of our camera. If it doesn't work, I'm bad at scripting. Okay, so it's not in front of the camera. You can see the shadow of it. I think I put it behind the camera. Okay, so we're actually changing the left and right. So let's go ahead and put it in front of us, which is negative values. Okay. Yeah, if we put it in front of us, it will be negative. I'm gonna do -5. We'll do -5, and then I don't care about offsetting it right now. Boom. Okay. Now we have our arm floating. Everybody can see it. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool currently, but it's not cool enough, right? We need to rotate it, make it look like we're actually punching. So we can actually use C-frame.angles. The first angle might be it, or it might be the last. We'll see. We'll have to see. Okay, boom. First angle is it. So now we have our arm. We can kind of punch with it. We can control it. Pa, 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 pa. And everybody can see it. And you know, you can just stare at someone, you know? You can stare at someone with your arm. Because why wouldn't you want to stare at someone with your arm? Now, you can actually reset your character, and everything is cleaned up. Your desk grip, all that. See, no errors besides a Xeno notification. So boom. That's how you make the simplest FE script out there. And you know, it's not a stupid hat script that floats and you can stand on it, you know, like my old video. And guess what? That was only 24 lines. Pretty simple, pretty easy. That's how you make a start to one. If y'all want to see my gun framework, hit that subscribe button. It'll be coming out pretty soon. I'm also going to be posting a little bit more videos on some hat scripts. If you got any suggestions, let me know. I'll be grinding, you know. All right. See y'all next time.